Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Speculation Station. And tonight we're going to talk about Chase Travel. And something is up because Chase is making more moves with Chase Travel and hotel implications. And I'm wondering if they are preparing themselves for a world without Hyatt, or a world where they don't need to rely on Hyatt to be the number one way of extracting value. What do I mean by this? We're going to bring up my Chase Travel portal. We're going to present this tab here. Share screen, Chase Travel. Here's the first thing that comes up when you log into Chase Travel and you look at the hotels. Earn more with hotel loyalty. Now you can receive hotel loyalty rewards in addition to Chase Ultimate Reward points when you book your next stay at Omni Hotels and Resorts, Virgin Hotels, and more through Chase Travel. I did notice Citizen M hotels as an option as well. And these are cases where you can put in your hotel loyalty rewards number for for these three. And since it's through Chase Travel, it'll be the 10 times point earning when you do cash bookings. Now, also, if you book with points, those are considered cash bookings, but that is for redemptions for the hotel in question. So recently, it became an option to include Omni hotels for the hotels that you're going to gain elite nights, elite points, and get your benefits matched to bookings in Chase Travel. And this is Chase Travel. This excludes the edit, where this is already the case across any hotel in the edit that shows you their brand association and your points being reflected there. Now, the edit will earn 3 times points on bookings with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Chase Travel, you'll earn 10 times points if you're booking cash. Now, Omni hotels and Virgin hotels in the United States, there are a very small number of hotels that give you this option. It's about 60 hotels total. Shout out to Spathco from the Stack Your Points Discord for doing the legwork on that one. Basically, it was phrased like an intern could have secured this as a summer project. And yeah, absolutely. Or like a spring semester project. And absolutely. But this is indicative of some sort of strategy shift with Chase. Now, I say this because we know that Chase has 3 hotel partners that you can do point transfers with. Hyatt, the biggest reason everybody talks about Chase here in this space, which, whatever. You've got Marriott and you've got IHG. Now, Marriott and IHG, you do have to do some cherry picking. You do have to do some work. You do have to hold their credit cards to turn on 5th and 4th night freeze, respectively, to pump your cent per point value in the redemption that you're doing. What if Chase is offering you a way to guarantee 1.5 cent per point regardless across the board without having to do that heavy lifting? It's interesting, not necessarily to us as maximizers or those who love the thrill of the game, but this can be a boon to regular users. And this is a way that regular users stay within Chase, spend with Chase, and still get their hotel loyalty benefits with particular hotels. Now, again, this is Omni Hotels Resorts and Virgin Hotels. I saw Citizen M hotels, which are going to be joining Marriott, but I don't know when that's going to take up. But this is pretty interesting overall because Chase seems to be setting themselves up for a position where if they lose Hyatt at any point with as a transfer partner, now they at least have a way that they can guarantee a set cent per point redemption that is better than their other transfer partners, should they lose Hyatt, and potentially better than Hyatt going forward, because depending on how Hyatt award charts go, or as a defense to Hyatt potentially going dynamic in the future, they have a way to offer regular users or those who just feel like not doing a crazy amount of research, a way to get a guaranteed 1.5 cent per point redemption by turning their points into nights and still getting their night stay reflected, still getting any benefits that they may have with their status, still getting points earnings in the hotel chain in question. Now, this is starting very small on the Chase Travel side. On the edit side, they have Marriott, they have Hilton, they have IHG, they have I Prefer, they have Omni, I believe they have Sonesta, if there are any Sonestas that make it into the edit. They have a number of other partners that they can work on to add into Chase Travel, should those partners so choose. This way, you're not having to worry about transfer rates and opining, oh boy, I wish that Marriott points are so bad that I wish I could get 1 Chase point becoming 2 Marriott points. Not necessarily, not ever going to happen. Or 1 Marriott point to 2 IHG points. Again, not going to happen. But it's a way that Chase can now insulate themselves from Hyatt potentially going dynamic or any serious changes with Hyatt going forward, and be able to outpace the cent per point logic aggregates that you're going to see with IHG and Marriott. Now, again, these are just aggregates, and if you're using the PointsGuy aggregate, or you're using another site's aggregate, or you're using frequent milers, most reasonable expectation for point value, or Award Wallet has one, Nerd Wallet has one, everybody has a varying degree of them. Marriott points can be worth 0.77 cents per point, or 0.7 up to 0.84. Hyatt Hilton can be as low as 0.5 in aggregate, or up to 0.7. It depends on who's doing them, what redemptions they're doing, how they're mathing their math. Right now, again, I don't think this is still a potential program in its infancy. Right, they're starting with Omni and they're starting with Virgin Hotels. Again, this is about 60 properties in the US. It's not like they're rolling this out across the entire Marriott chain with its 9,000 plus properties and getting closer to what, 950 after they do finish the Citizen M acquisition. So we're going to see a bunch of changes potentially in Chase Travel, but it is interesting to see that your cash bookings will get you 10% and get your status reflected. It's interesting to see that you can do redemptions at 1.5 cents per point, and you're going to get your status reciprocated, and you're going to get points and nights added to your accounts going forward. It will be interesting to see how Chase extends this. I do think this is going to be, I think this is Chase hedging just in case anything happens with Hyatt going forward. I don't think this is like a active move against their hotel transfer partners, but it's a way to hedge and a way that you can build up your points and use the portal more. And they want you to use the portal more and stay within the portal. If you're going to earn 10 times points per dollar at, say, an Omni hotel, give Omni a try. It's $200 a night, more like $300 a night, and you're going to get 3,000 points and any status that you have with Omni reflected in your stay. That sounds awesome. And then you got 3,000 Chase points that you can turn around and utilize at Hyatt or Marriott or wherever else, or move them out to international flights and get those 6, 7, 10, 15 cent per point redemptions doing international business and first class trips while using Chase Travel to build up, and using your Sapphire Reserve or your Sapphire Preferred to build up your point pool to make that more of a interesting option. You don't see other transfer portals or travel portals from the other banks also extending you your status or your ability to earn your points and nights, with the exception of FHR from American Express and maybe the Hotel Collection as well, but it's only with their transfer partners with Marriott and Hilton. Looks like Chase is going to be doing more of a broad base across the board. Now they've started with Omni and Virgin. It'll be interesting to see who else they add to this pool. If they add IHG and they add Marriott, I'm going to be booking IHGs through Chase Travel so that I can build up my status with IHG and I can earn 10 times points per dollar. And I can utilize that 10 times points per dollar either at Hyatt's or use them with international carriers going forward. Just an interesting thing that I noticed in Chase Travel. I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing with this, but it looks like they want to bring you into the Chase Travel garden. And this is a really enticing way, at least to me, for them to bring you in for that. Portals aren't necessarily the worst thing. Prices can be a little bit higher, but if you're paying to get 10 times points per dollar and you're going to get your status reflected as well, may not be the worst thing. I don't know, but that's going to do it for this one. If you like what I do, hit the like and subscribe down below. Remember, check out the Stack Your Points podcast. We record on Monday nights, we release on Wednesdays and Fridays here on YouTube. You can check us out on the live Thursdays at 8:30. Check out my pinned comment for ways to support me outside of YouTube as well. Thank you for your time. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.